Democracy and Housing for All. Please help me welcome Richard Phipps.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
You've had a stellar presentation of information this morning. I hope it's serving you well. You're making lots of notes because I was doing the same. I had a video presentation for you, but since I didn't think you would be able to follow with me, I decided to talk to you instead. The National Association of Real Estate Brokers has been around since 1947. It was started as a way to educate and give the level of professional education necessary to serve communities in real estate. And at that time, although things have changed considerably now, people of color weren't allowed to be a part of the National Association of Realtors. As a result, some pioneers went to HUD and was able to influence that process, and those 13 pioneers created the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And today, more than 65 years later, we continue this movement. I'm encouraging you today to be a part of this movement because movements are those things that make a difference in lives and society of those that we serve. And the movement in NARA is to make sure that all of us, regardless of race, color, sexual orientation, or any of the things that differentiate us, does not inhibit or access to housing, and I'd even go a step further, affordable housing. I heard my friend Mr. Garber say earlier that people discriminate based on a number of things that he outlined. Now, yours truly would not think that at this day and time, if I didn't become educated, that there is such a thing as discrimination. Now, I'm going to ask the question, this is participation by you. How many people agree that discrimination is a good thing? Now, I can't see your hands, you know that, right? So you need to be audible. How many people think discrimination is good?
No.
Okay, so how many people think it's bad?
Yes.
Okay. So can I disagree with you? I think it's good. Because if we did not discriminate, we would all be eating the same thing, wearing the same clothes, so discrimination has its place, correct?
Yes.
However, discrimination, when it's intended to deprive or to be malicious or to injure someone, whether it's emotionally or however you consider that injury, that becomes a problem. Would you agree?
Yes.
So with that agreement, we encourage you to join our cause, join the movement, because cancer is one of the largest funded medical processes today in terms of looking for a cure, right? And there's a movement in that world to cure cancer of all kinds. Now, if we allow discrimination to fester, then it becomes a problem. So I'm encouraging you today, I'm taking a page out of Dick Lee's book earlier. We have 25 free memberships for this year to encourage you to join this movement, and the applications are at the back. Now, the technology, as we've been talking about this morning, Carlton right ahead of me. Carlton stole something that I wanted to use, but now that he took the Jetsons from me, I'm going to fall back to Star Trek. How many of you are Star Trek fans or have this?
Yeah.
Okay, we got some treasures. So now my wife tells me for years now that anything that I see on television that looks futuristic, is already happening. They're just testing the video responses from people like you and I. So I'm a believer that when we talk about the 300 square foot apartments, I have a adopted daughter in New York who's in law school there, and she has one of these apartments. She says, "Dad, I can't even turn around in the place. I don't know what I'm going to do." So I'm not sure how applicable they are, but they're coming for some people. So I just want to encourage you. Now, NAREB is a very unique organization. We have a portion of it that speaks to development, that speaks to a number of issues that we talked about today. There's another component, blacks in energy, and some of those representatives also here today with us. But the bottom line is, NAREB, as one of our past presidents said, could put you as an individual in places where you can't put yourself. Bear that in mind. It can move you into circles and places as Realty is doing for you today, providing opportunities, economic opportunities, and education opportunities. So I could speak forever, but I would like to leave you with this thought. When they put a preacher or a politician on a podium and they say there's a certain amount of time, you always have to be mindful or remind that individual that time is of the essence. And what is that? A real estate phrase, right? So since time is of the essence, I'm going to move along and just encourage you to visit the folks at the table, the NAREB table back there, to spend some time learning about our cause, what we do, and how it impacts you and your specific community. Because we would really like you to be a part of this movement that eliminates malicious discrimination from our midst.